that. This is a lot more fun now because now I understand how this kind of works now. So as I keep practicing it, it becomes easier and easier as I go. Even though I'm not a master at it, I'm actually enjoying it. I usually would avoid this as much as possible because I don't think I was good enough to do it, but I'm literally biting the bullet and learning how to do this. And actually putting the effort of trying. If I don't do it, I'll never get around to it, so I might as well try. That was here, I'm just drawing, yeah. I think if we should darken it a little bit more, like here, saturate and darken like that. Take the soft brush here. Okay. Oh shit, okay. Yeah, like that. Oh, like that. And I'm deciding not to zoom in because if I zoom in, I'm going to get too caught up into details, and that's too important. That's not important at all. So stay away from that. Hello. Okay. I would say some areas look a little flat, so what we're gonna do, oops, we're going to and then take us. Take my diffusing brush. I diffuse. Oop, too big. I don't want to just be soft everywhere because it's going to look really bland. We want some areas to have some hard edges, hard shadows. Now, I think part of this is having a problem because of how I constructed the anatomy. It's a little bit off, especially around the pelvis area. I probably drew it a little too wonky, and this is where the problem's coming in a little bit. That's going to play a part in that too. So that's where I kind of messed up. Now, let's throw in some of the color here with our subject from the swimsuit. And that's some color. I gotta fix this a little bit because it's a little bit. Let's see here. A little better. This and I don't think you're allowed to put live recordings on YouTube, on like TikTok. I mean, pre-recorded, I mean. That's good. Now, I don't think the skin is perfect here, but I think it could be a lot better. But I don't think it's bad. It could be a lot better, though. Pretty good. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Okay, now we're gonna move on from this. I think we still on this too long. We're gonna be going over a little bit. I'm gonna do. It looks all right, but it's a little bit messy in certain areas where the geometric shapes comes in, and I need to make it more easy to read because the light's coming from this way. So we want the light to be seen like it's coming from here. And then since it's going to be like that, and it's coming from this arm here. Oops. that. And then it's going to be a little bit onto the breast here. Just a little bit, but not too much. So it's coming from this direction. First, oh, didn't want to do that. Or so. All right. But we're gonna move on to the next one because we don't want to stay on this too long. Because when we stay on it too long, we're gonna lose the whole reason of why we're doing this in general. So I'm gonna put this here. So let's see. Now, what's good about this is that because we used a black background, like I said from yesterday night, the colors are not that bright or overly saturated. If anything, let's see how it looks. Let's check. We can check our values in 2 seconds, but let me see something right here. So if I go like this. From the breast down. And as you can see on our color wheel, whenever I'm going down like this, you see the color picker, it goes this way. So as I'm picking, it's going in the right direction because remember, the reason why it's going that direction to the right is because the shading is being saturated, because the more you shade, the more saturation. So it's going the right direction if we go that way. So like this, and it's moving that way, which I wanted to do. So we're doing the right thing. Same thing with here. As we go to the light, it goes up, but as we go to the shadows, it goes down and towards the saturation. That's the most important part right now. It shouldn't be jumping around like crazy because that means you're not being consistent with the overall understanding of the gradient moving that way. So that's where that will go. All right, so I'm gonna move her out of the way. So like here, now we're going back to the drawing that I was doing the other night. Which is this one? It was this one, I think. I'm gonna move her out of the way because she's just in the way. Now I'm going to color through this one too, but I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. And then when we're done with this, we're gonna go to the Rudo drawing and make a few changes here and there, and have that ready for the 6th. I'm gonna clean it up. I don't think I'm gonna shade it, but I'm going to at least clean it up to make it look a little better for his outfit. So, like that. Thank you for the follow. Okay, like that. Besides, how you feeling, Bri? How you doing over there with the? So you was injured, but. Okay. I got you, bro. But I got you, bro. I hope you feel better though. And also, I hope it gets cooler too. Ooh. Right now we're doing form studies. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the colors. I know I should just like do the line art and everything, but I don't have time to do all that. That's going to take too long. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the base colors first. This will be a blue. Oh wait, first. Yeah, that's good. I should use purple more. I mean pink more often. Okay, just like that. third, but I got you. Hello. Hello, Rose. What's going on? Oops. How goes it? How goes it? How goes it? Here. Nice. Nice. Watercolor. What were you watercoloring? I see. I gotcha. 3 months, huh? I gotcha. Okay, like that. Oh, you should be proud of yourself and keep doing what you're doing. Oops. Okay, there we go. Now we got that in there. Actually, I'm gonna put everything in here as well. Wait a second. Oh. Fancy 300-pound. Let's go. Yeah, it usually happens a lot. It's just a pain in the ass to deal with. I definitely relate to that highly. Drawing on the wrong layer. Thank you for the follow. It's black. So that's good. Liner. Fun. Okay. Now everything's in their base color per se. But I wouldn't have this in pure black just yet. I will put it in more of a grayish color. So I would take this black and put up more like here. And then grab this and then bam. Now as for our line sketch, we don't technically need it, but it's great to keep as a form of container because in most cases you don't need actual line art to do this. I'm gonna put that in your burn. Okay, so I'll hold off on that for right now. Alright, so let's get straight to it. Let's see. So first, I'll start with probably the jacket, because that's going to be the shortest thing. So I'm going to go more here. Down. Now, based on our light source is coming from up top. So But I don't want to just make shadows. I want to make that, you have to make these gradient like shadows to a degree. And be mindful of your pen pressure. I don't think a lot of tutorials mention this a lot, even though a lot of people use pen pressure. Be very mindful of the pen pressure that you're using, because that can be like a palette that you can use to switch between. See, like how I lightly just pushed in, and then the other one was really dark, so I pushed in a lot. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. Being mindful of that transition between them. Want that dark there because it's like the light's coming down onto our character, so we don't want it to be that dark there. If anything, I think I used it too loosely. Came to the darkness part. Okay. So like you have to do like 3 things at once. You have to, 1, be mindful where the light source is coming from. Number 2, don't just put in one color each time. Be very mindful of the so-called of the pen pressure, because if you want to transition between the colors pretty well about constantly running to the color wheel, you have to be mindful of the pen pressure placements. Let's see here. Alright, now all I have to do is that one, and add a little more color. Yeah, I'll add a little more color. Okay. What do you guys think so far? Does it look 3D? Does it look believable? I'll put some color in there. I'll throw some like orange, just because I can. So that's there. Okay. Now we're going to do the skin real quick, and then we'll move on, get Rudo done, and then we'll call it a night. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab our character. I'm going to grab this. Excuse me. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Hello. Okay, now what I'll do is take... I would painfully do it normally, but we'll see. This game is too orange. Too orange. So we're gonna desaturate that. Excuse me again. My God. Okay. Try it again. Get rid of that. Yeah. Let's just do it naturally. So I'm gonna do it again. Go ahead, put that there. I need to curve this in a way. Okay, so I need to take this. I put on multiply? Okay. Do Wait, is this a pen pressure? I don't have the is the pen pressure? Yeah, it's take this color. Push this part. This is why I don't like using multiply. Alright. I'm gonna hold off a little bit. I'm gonna hold off at this point. I'm gonna see how that looks with. Not bad. Linear burn. Okay, not bad. It could be better. I would add some blue in there just to see how that will look, and then go. All right. And then we can go to here. Let me move the There we go. See how much better that looks? Looks really believable, right? It looks like one of those professional anime painterly drawings to a degree. I would say like the ones that are like concept art, but they look really professionally good. Now this is what I was trying to achieve for the longest while. And this is what happens when you work hard and try to trust yourself in the process, and it's long depending on how long you put it, but it took me months, almost 2.5 years to figure this out, which is fucking annoying, but we're here, so yay. So that means I technically don't have to worry about coloring skin anymore. I'm still gonna practice it here and there, but it's not a hello shadow. It is not a obsession to get out of the way. So I don't even put red. I'm gonna put pink. This pink is there. Hello shadow. That's been okay. Finally figure out how to color more efficiently. So that's good. Let's see. I'll put some light onto the skin, and then we will go to Rudo, and then we'll be done. Well, I don't know how long Rudo's gonna take. I'll just do 2 of the Rudos. I'm not gonna do all of them. I'll do them another day. Hello. Let's see here. Too bad I'm the only one seeing this talent. Sucks, but it is what it is. It's life. That's good. Hopefully it'll come up. Hopefully those classes will come out awesome and you'll enjoy them. It might be a bit challenging, but you get to them. Okay. I got you. I got you. It's a little better. How have you been lately? I've been okay. I've been okay. Just trying to get this practice in. I think it's coming out pretty good. I would take some of this color and put it about here. Alright, that's pretty much done. And let's look at our values before we go and just fix up Rudo and call it a night. So we're gonna, oh, I forgot. Fuck, I forgot about this part, sorry. Let's be real quick. It's gonna be long. I forgot to do this part. That, and then I think I actually understand what Master Reno was doing with his coloring process. I'm starting to look at it more differently than I did before. First it was just assess on how did he make it look like that, and I realized what he was doing. It took me years to figure this out, but I think I figured it out. It's now all fitting with the coloring is now all fitting within each other now. Yep. Okay, now we're gonna hit the white. We need a white real quick. We're gonna hit this, and then what we're gonna do, we're going to make this into color. And look at that. Look how better that is. We see the contrast between each other. Now I think there should have been more contrast in this particular area here. And a little bit more here, just to indicate the turn. But I think we did a good job, per se, just to check our values. There's contrast, you can understand where the turnings are happening. This could be refined a lot better. Yep. Alright, so the focus was to do a skin study and a geometric plane study. Now I can apply this type of knowledge to my works, and I don't have to do like cell shading. Shit, I don't have to worry about too much of the line art. I can actually start with a sketch and make it look like this instead of doing the whole line art. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to avoid doing line art. I still do line art. But if I don't feel like doing line art, I can still make it look as good as if I did use line art, which is a good thing. So I will be applying this type of knowledge to my VTubing models from now on. Very good. So as far as I see it, making something look semi-realistic is getting more easier. Now, I'm not saying from a scale of 1 to 10 this is semi-realistic to where I want it to be, but it's way closer than I managed this to look. Doing a color study. But we're done now. We're gonna go finish the Rudo drawing, and then we're going to call it a night. I just gotta make some changes on Rudo. I think I'll just work on the first 2 Rudos. I'm not gonna do them all because they may take too long. Because I have to do some reverse engineering on how I did them. Where's this color coming from? That's good. That's good. Hold on. Okay, let me just use the thing. Okay. Where's this? You claim he wasn't doing it for a while, right? So I won't be too hard on yourself. Okay, let me see. Oh, one last part. Jeez. Bad. I'm gonna take this out of the way. I don't know what this is, to be honest. There we go. Yeah, looks a lot better. And it's saturated, but it's not nasty saturated. It's a saturation that is easy on the eyes. It has like this I would say pastel thing going for it, if that's the right word, if you get what I'm trying to say. But anyway, so let me see. Hold on. How do I put this in the light? Okay, so I'm gonna grab this. What's this? Grab this. And then it's all the way down here. Oops, made a mistake. Alright, so this here, I get rid of this. I'm going to do it that way, but oops. And I think the best way to really get this type of technique down is to not rely on a bunch of layer modes. I think it's best if you approach it as if you're doing traditional painting on like 1 or 2 layers, at max probably 3, but I don't think you should go any more higher than 3, the minimum 2, and the minimum 2 or 1. I think you should treat it as if you're doing it like traditional painting, because it kills several birds with one stone. And this is why I stress a lot when jumping into digital art. This is why I would always say jump into traditional first, because it will build a certain mindset, experience, and overall confidence that since you can separate the canvas based on layers, you don't have to worry about messing up too much. But if you already like have that mindset of like a painter or someone who uses pen to draw, you will be a lot better off than you starting off on digital and just saying, oh, I have layers, so that will, it's like the tightrope. Okay, well, that's fine. This is I call this a tightrope syndrome behavior, because later, because you know, in people are on like a tightrope, they're standing on the string and they have the stick in their hand, and they have the giant net at the bottom. That right there is going to, I wouldn't say it was going to hinder anyone who's trying to improve, but I think it's needs to be like a weird fire under them so they don't feel like they are perfectly safe from making mistakes. I think what you need to do is have them make mistakes so they can learn more and more into the coloring process, the drawing process. So when they build that confidence of knowing that there's no net under them, meaning layers or any form of like, I wouldn't say cheating, but you like, it's like if you're playing Dark Souls, right, and you're fighting a character and you have a bunch of potions. You're eventually gonna win if you don't use the potions too fast after dying like what, 50 plus times. So you know how to manage those potions. But did you really beat the character because he was good, or did you beat the character because you had a bunch of potions? You know what I'm saying? It's that type of questioning yourself type situation. Like how those people play, there's people who play no hit runs, like they can't get hit once by any character, whether it's minions or bosses. They start like a whole run without getting hit once. I think one guy managed to beat the whole game without getting hit once, and it was hard as hell. It was like a great achievement per se. So that's what I mean. There's no safety net under you, so you're gonna be more cautious. You're gonna think more intuitively with yourself. You're gonna be more in tune with your instincts. It's not gonna be dulled down by like, oh, I have layer modes or whatever, or I have the erase tool, or you know, Control Z or Z depending on where you're seeing this from. I think it builds a lot on the perception on how to do these things. That's where you can separate yourself from like certain levels of artists who are either starting out, who's either intermediate, advanced, or expert, or even master, or even professional. I will say expert, professional, then master. Like there's layers to this. So that's why I think learning traditionally is a lot more important than learning digitally. That's the only thing I will say that traditional has over digital, because you can't run away from your mistakes. Either you made the mistake and you have to make up for, you have to improvise on the spot, or you have to die with what your mistakes were. Tradition. It's not, but like, it separates people to a degree on just how they look at the art and how they make them. So this is a great way to learn. So I would say stay on like one layer at minimum, max 3, but I would say on one layer. I would recommend staying on one layer in your color process and think of like a true like traditional painter. Once you have that mindset, it's going to be a lot easier. So whenever you have to actually use some layer modes or make some changes because like say the client doesn't like the color or they let you freestyle, which I don't like freestyling, because when you do freestyle, somehow the client may say, I don't like this, I don't like that, change this, change that. But remember, they're the ones who said they don't know what they wanted. So I'd rather someone who wants something, at least I know what they want and I stick to what they do, what they want, instead of freestyling and think what I think is best for them, because they may not think what is best because they don't even know what they want in the first place. So when they make a bunch of changes, that's just a pain in the ass in itself. Yeah, so I think that's the best way to go about that. Anyway, so we're gonna go. This is part 2. This is technically part 2 of our coloring process, our coloring training of like semi-realistic lighting and dynamics. So this is A, this is B. We're gonna do the third one. I think we should do a total of 4 of them. So when I post this, you guys will choose which one you like the most and see, just let you guys vote on which one you like the most based on the coloring process and which one looks more realistic and stuff. I think this one so far compared to the 2. At first this looked like that because of the outfit, but the skin is not really doing all that well for it. I will have to go back and probably redo that, but this is a lot more interesting. It looks like one of those I guess the AI type lighting, the dynamic lighting AI. Some AIs do this, like you probably might see on Pinterest what I'm talking about, based on how the lighting and how it looks. It's hard to explain, but you get what I'm saying. Kind of like that. Anyway, so with that said, we're going to go over here to Rudo and just fix what we need to do. Okay. This actually makes me feel more confident in my work. This is why I would always recommend, this is why I would always recommend for people to avoid trying to do fan arts all the time, or just make everything into an art session. I'm pretty sure you have. I would avoid it much and just worry about studies and technical skill, because once you build on technical skill, when there is a need of a... Where is Rudo? Hold on. Hey, Emmy. I'm doing well. We was just doing realistic coloring, so we was doing more studies. But now we're gonna finish up Rudo from Gacha Akuda, because it's, or Gacha Yakuta, depending on who you're asking or whatever. We're gonna move on to finish Rudo, and then we're gonna call it a night. Hold on, I don't know where he is. Thank you. Is this one? No, that's the other one. Hold on. Open. RUDOA. I'm very close to understanding how Rhino Tuna does his. Yeah, it's been raining. It's been raining today. Hello. Okay, so let's fix up Rudo here. The places where I circled is where we have to fix. I'm gonna start with this one, and then we'll do this one, and then if we have time, I'll do this one, and then we'll do this one last. This part. So the only thing we need to do here is that we need to make the jacket here a lot more shorter. So I'm gonna go over here, And how was your day, Emmy? How was your day on? Hope you're having an awesome day. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Mm. Okay, so I'm going to erase some parts here. I understand. Is work at least not being like work, I guess? Is it not horrible? Or you have to deal with customers and they're being annoying? The one thing I like about when I do digital is that I have this tool that helps me find what I'm looking for. I don't have to go through thousands of tens of layers just to find it. It narrows down what I'm looking for. Is a helpful tool. Very helpful. But could be better at work. So how you been practicing? Or anything good been going on in life? I hope so. Okay. How's the family? How's the farm? Farm in. Okay, we get rid of this part here. Okay. There we go. There we go. Because you want the outfit to be consistent as much as we can. We don't want it to look like he's going through several different outfits because it just looks like it's AI at that point. So we're going to have to get that out of the way. Erase this part right here. I gotcha. Are you at least enjoying your summer break? Hope so. It's not being hectic or anything. Or not too taxing or problematic. Okay. Now, I need to make sure this part is not passing this. Oh, well, I send you nothing but positive vibes. Positive vibes to Emmy. You know, I don't know, it doesn't help, but this is the best that I could. Let's go, Emmy. Let's go. Let's go, Emmy. Let's go. There you go. Hope that helps. Okay. Now, this part needs to be a little pushed in because it's passing, well, again, I can push his stomach out, but it's gonna look really weird. If I remember, I think the outfit that Rudo's wearing is actually more skin tight than I'm making this out to be. So maybe I should erase this chunky part and be more erase this. Okay, so that's a good thing. Thank God. Rise here. He'll know. Okay, thank God. Okay, so. Okay. So I'm gonna make something here. Okay. I want to clean this up, but I don't want to lose too much of what we was trying to do from before. So I'm gonna erase even this. There we go. Since it's skin tight, there's no need for any like lumps and bumps. We don't need no lumps and bumps. I don't think so. I have to get editing done tonight so I can have the tutorial up by tomorrow. But if I'm on, I might be on. I can't promise. Because starting next week, I'll be only streaming on Mondays and Tuesdays. Only. If I am streaming off those days, it's literally late at night, just to keep up algorithm appearances. But most cases, I will be only streaming on Monday and Tuesday starting next week. I don't know how long. I don't know how permanent that will be. I doubt it's gonna be permanent. But then again, starting from next week, it'll be from now on Mondays and Tuesdays. I know a lot of people don't like that. They like when I stream every day, but I have some responsibilities I have to get out of the way, and I don't know how permanent that will be. Yep. Yo. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Now, get this over here. I don't think he'll be that. He's a little more skinnier than I'm making out to be. Like, yeah, about here. Skin suit, skin tight. Here. Okay, there we go. You too. You too. Thank you. Appreciate it. Laters. Bye. Oh. I think that looks a lot better. I can't really indicate exactly if the outfit looks 100%, but it's a lot better than it was before. It doesn't look like a jacket. It's like he's wearing one of those Macy's jackets, spring jackets. And then that whole section here, hold on. Black-ish. It's actually, I think it's more black. I made it more greenish dark. But that looks way better. Okay, so that right there, I think, is corrected. So we can get rid of this red thing right here. Okay. Now let's go to the glove. Yeah, look at this glove real quick. It's kind of like, okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm fixing up the drawing that I need to fix. That I was working on yesterday afternoon. Now I'm fixing it up and making changes. Okay. What? doing well. How about you? Now I gotta fix this here. I thought this was gonna take longer than it is, but actually this is going quite fast. Thank you. Okay. Now that part is actually done. Okay, there we go. Okay. Get rid of it. Okay, go. That's fixed. Alright, now we need to go to. What is this? What is this? Big nothing. What is that? Let me get that real quick. Now I know that his the undershirt is skin tight, so I know it's a lot darker than I'm perceiving it to be. So I'll fix that in a bit. Let me put the flap, and then I'll put the flap because there's these like little flaps. I'm gonna have to just draw that in. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over here. Curve because it's 3D to a degree. Given that I was doing a bunch of like experimenting, it would have took me about probably 24 hours, but like because I kept on experimenting and doing other things and blah blah blah, this has been like a 3-day process, but it could have been a lot more short than this if I didn't put so much like improvisation of trying to experiment. If I knew exactly what I was going to do, then this would have been a 24-hour thing. Especially if I'm not doing the line art, because I didn't really do the line art. I didn't do the line art inside the displays of the character. I just did the line art outside of the outline, because it was a lot easier. And plus, I only did it that way because in the anime that's coming, or in the manga, it has a more gritty looking. It has this very sketchy look, so I wanted to keep that essence intact with the sketchiness. So that's legitimately the reason. Let's see. Flaps are there. Oh, curve those flaps. Curve the flaps. Curve the flaps. Now, I think that's fixed. I hope it's easy to see. Probably not. Let me see. If I have the axe, then probably it's not. Let's see here. Go. Oh, yeah, it is. It's pretty good. It's pretty good to have someone in the background. It's a focus, I guess. Now we're gonna do the stomach. This is not gonna be all that hard. The only thing I need to do is not make the edges look so lumpy on the side. So I'm gonna go to here. All I need to do is just clean this up here. Make it more. Get rid of all this. This is all not needed now. Since it's skin tight, we just have to indicate certain aspects of this. Bunching up. would have taken 24 hours if I did it like this the way I did. Especially as a dude, because dudes are easier for me to draw. And what I'm gonna do is change the lining of the pants. He has this thing here. I'm going to curve this here to make this part of the pants. Clean it up a little bit. See inside here. I don't know if this thing here is bendable. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm pretty sure it's part of his cleaner outfit, but like I don't know what it is. It's some type of, I don't know, it's part of like a vacuum or something. I'm not totally sure. I know this is probably important to his character. Maybe it's part of how his powers work or how to utilize his powers. To put that here. And all I'm going to do is put this. He is bending, so we still have to have that bending situation, but it has to be really, really like small and thin. It's not that bunchy like it was before. Okay. That's good. Let's make a win. Let's go. I'm glad. I'm very glad that I'm honored that you think I'm worth looking up to. I don't think I am, but if you think so, then I might be doing something right. But thank you, though. This is more skin tight, so I need to indicate that it's more close to skin, so we're seeing more muscle than we are seeing a bunch of wrinkles. So I'm going to try to indicate the muscles here. Okay. Like that. Let's go. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yes. Oop. Yep. I thought it was supposed to be out today, but I was wrong. I thought it was coming out today. So I'm trying to get this done before that comes out. Alright. Now it's a lot more closer, but let's just get this square part out of the way. It's kind of distracting. July 4th? Oh, it's coming out tomorrow. Okay. That was the 6th. Huh. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. And then I'm going to assume this is white somewhere, or at least gray. I'm going to do gray. Clip Studio Paint. Oh, let's get rid of this extra of color. Okay, so that's pretty much fixed to a degree. Alright, now all I have to do is just fix down here. All I need is the flap, and then here. So I'm gonna do the flap first. out of here. Lip Studio Paint. Sorry to hear that, bro. And then I'm going to go to down here. This part is actually going to be pretty easy if I get to this. I don't have to do much actually. All I have to do is just make it foreshorten it a little bit. So I just have to go here. Erase this part so we can have that overlap. Go. Okay, and then All right. This would have been great if I was able to shade it, but I'm not going to do that because that's going to take way too long. Alright, so, I think this is also blocked. Alright, let me erase this part too. Alright, so that's pretty much it. We re-engineered some parts that need to be, oh, this one part. That need to be fixed. We fixed it. Joy of it. Too bad I don't have time to line art any of this. I won't have the time, and I have to get to editing, because I have to get those videos out of the way. Well, a video. So maybe if I have time, I'll actually do it. I might actually shade this. I might say this. I don't know, we'll see. If I have time. If I don't, I'll just post it anyway. Alright, so I think that looks like Rudo, right? At least close enough, I think. I think we did a good job. Let me see here. Okay, let me see. What the fuck? Oh, I see. Alright, that's the end of that. So yeah, we pretty much finished. We're pretty much done. The only thing that was left is probably just shade stuff, but I don't think I'll have time for that. Actually, I want to see the values on this. Yeah. Oh. Let's see back here, and let's look at the color. Let's look at the color. It's not bad in black and white. It's kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Looks pretty badass. I might sell this as an actual poster. Alright. But if I decide to do the shading, I'll do it on stream. But if I don't, next time while we're on, we're going to do more. We're gonna do like 2 more of these next time I stream digitally, and then we will, depending on if I get on that, we will finish off Rudo here again. But this is for the sticker. This is gonna be cell shaded. It won't be. This is just to make sure the sticker is on point, so we put on Redbubble so people can purchase it for $1. I need to make some cleanup. Gotta clean up some parts, but it's pretty good. Stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so with that said, I think we're done for today. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for coming. I appreciate every last one of you coming in, saying hi, being awesome, asking nice questions, and being a nice audience, all that good stuff. try my best here when I could. So if you learned something today, great. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But if you was entertained, cool. Anyway, have a great night. Keep up and happy 4th of July. You too. Thank you, bro. I'm out. Bye-bye, guys. Do-do-do-do-do-do.